Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch.
Ecology. Noun. Ecological. Ecologically. Ecologist. The environment as it relates to living organisms, a branch of biology concerned with the interrelationship of organisms and their environments. Environment. Climate. Trivial. Adjective. Trivialism. Trivialist. Trivialize. Trivially. Of very little importance or value. Commonplace. Ordinary. Unimportant. In math, having zero values for all the variables. In chemistry, derived from the natural source. Humans are animals. The same laws of ecology and physics apply to us as apply to every other creature. We made a world for ourselves on top of the planet, thinking we can divorce ourselves from the planetary ecology. Science is based on rigorously conducted scientific research that passes peer review and is then published in notable scientific journals like Nature, Science, Evolution, Genetics, Paleobiology, Ecology, American Naturalist, etc., etc. Plant morphology is considered to be relevant to plant thematic, ecology, genetics, and physiology. He goes on to define a theory of social ecology in which he states that environmental degradation is based in social inequality. I'm just a guy interested in birds, ecology, environmental issues, and a variety of other topics that make my life quite eclectic. If we want to establish targeted measures to protect these species, we need to know much more about them, both in terms of their ecology and population biology. The term niche or niche is also used in the field of ecology and refers to the position, function, or role that an organism has within its ecosystem. The living movement will evolve as a dispersed ecology of associations spawning centers of influence in every nation and community. The whole work of ecology is to mark out the web of relations in which all things are embedded, especially those relations that exceed our power and particular ends. No one is an outside observer of nature. Each of us is defined by our ecology. Ecology is necessarily relative, historical, and empirical. One of the real messages that's starting to come out of studies of ecology in urban landscapes is that if systems haven't evolved together, if something new is introduced, it doesn't resonate with the local fauna. Algae scientists balance system ecology to keep out weed algae and zooplankton algae eaters without using pesticides or herbicides. The degradation of nature is directly connected to the culture that shapes human coexistence. When human ecology is respected within society, environmental ecology will benefit. An excellent example of this is the application of the concept of systems to explain the ecology that supports life cycles for plants and animals. Geographical distributions and range sizes of species typically result from the complex interplay of ecological and historical factors. We do not have to live like ants in a hill to be ecologically responsible. He calls himself a forest ecologist, though he also answers to the title of tropical ecologist, community ecologist, or conservation biologist. I can't remember what it was, except that it was quite trivial. Obama's problem is that he can't resist any opportunity to position himself to putative advantage, no matter how trivial. The link between a mutation and a corresponding phenotype in genetic epilepsies is sometimes not trivial. Despite its trivial appearance, small detail had a significant impact on the outcome. Because you avoid the trivial and stay focused on your core values and the vision they enable. From a philosophical point of view, this would be trivial and not worth further study. Gastric cancer versus esophageal cancer is a phenomenal problem compared to a trivial problem. This may seem like a trivial distinction, but it's vitally important. There's a risk of trivialism because genocide is not. It is not about entertainment. It is theorized that a trivialist simply designates a value to all propositions in equivalence to seeing all propositions and their negations as true. Child abuse is a very serious issue, and it bothers me that some people trivialize it. If you do something hard enough that people can't copy it trivially, you get leadership in the market.